Hey, all you possum friends out there. Today, I want to talk you through what it takes to clean out this super huge water fountain that we have for our pets. If you've watched any of our other videos, links can be found in the description below. Our pets love this Drinkwell Big Dog water fountain, and so do I. Since I'm the human responsible for their food and water, I really appreciate the size of the water reservoir and how simple it is to clean. So let's get going. Taking out the filter, I noticed this one is due for a replacement. We are on well water, and it's very hard on the filters. I'm giving the new filter a quick rinse in some cool water. Next, the water reservoir. It needs a quick rinse since it's been holding all that water for a couple of weeks. And don't forget the lid. Now let's take it apart. Dump all the remaining water out. Then, to remove the water divider, put pressure on both sides of the clips and wiggle up. Next are the two pieces that moderate the water flow and the pump. These two pieces gather the bulk of fur and toys, so they are usually pretty gross. Remove the magnetic pump spinner looking thing, and then you are ready to remove the actual pump motor. We've had the same pump since we bought this in 2019, so sometimes the threads are a little tricky to get on and off. Here's what I like to have for cleaning: a regular kitchen scrub brush, whatever kind you prefer to do your dishes with, a pipe cleaning brush, one you might get with a reusable straw or water bottle. It's nice, but not necessary, and some dish soap. You can obviously clean in any order, but I start with the smaller pieces. The two pump moderators and the magnetic piece that goes into the pump. Give them all a good scrub, making sure to get at the edges and in the holes. The magnetic piece sometimes gets hair wrapped around it, so you'll see me in the video stop to check it. The pump motor gets a quick bath around the edges, and then it's off to the bigger water divider. This has a lot of nooks and crannies, so it helps to have a scrub brush that can get in those in-between places. You want to really scrub anywhere that has water touching it or flowing through. You'll see I use the smallest bottle brush to go down the water return. It's a very tight space and long. It doesn't need it every time, but you'll really notice a difference in the water quality and length between cleanings when you get that cleaned out. Finally, the bulk of the fountain, the bowl. This thing holds a lot of water, and all the debris settles to the bottom. This requires the same concept in cleaning though. Get all those nooks and crannies. If water can sit there, it's probably got a little slime. I got a helper to put this back together. Hello, Miss Kitty. Putting it back together is just going the opposite direction of taking it apart. I put the pump motor back in off screen. Mine is such a mess to deal with sometimes. Just make sure and watch those threads. Once the motor is back in place, don't forget the magnetic spinner. Otherwise, you won't get any water flowing. Then, the two regulators snap together and sit on top of the pump. And finally, the divider. It should snap into place with an alignment of the pump regulator pieces and the hole sliding over the balancing pin. Last in is the filter. I take it and set it up, replacing the water reservoir and using an extra pitcher of water to refill the tank faster. The actual bowl holds a lot of water, and it will drain almost an entire reservoir of water. You'll notice I don't plug the pump back in until I've refilled the bowl. Then, the tank gets the lid and it's off and running. The whole process, from start to finish on a good day, probably takes 10 minutes. I hope you found this helpful. Don't let the cleaning sway you. Your pet will thank you for the amazing water fountain. Links to some of these items can be found in the description below. And make sure and leave a comment about your water fountain experience.